Real scam is an art. It's a human chase of a victim and an aggressor. It's a revenge to a society of a very hurt individual who thinks that the way of giving back to the society is hurting somebody else and giving the pain to another person the worst way possible. Scammers are sick people that are taking their revenge on whoever they can catch and trick and put in their nets. We want to talk about scams today, and I want to open the subject about scamming. And I was really touched by a very sad story of a Ukrainian woman who had a son, and a beautiful, gorgeous lady who scammed the guy and almost killed him for $200,000 of buying an apartment. That is a disaster. But the guy says he wants to make a movie about it and show the whole world how he was mistreated. But I want to comment on it, that it's not about Ukraine only. Scammers are active everywhere because there are hurt people in every culture. It just, for some reason, Ukraine rates high on those scam lists. And I want to talk about this today. My name is Natalie Koval. I'm an international matchmaker with honest practices, with honest couples that are truly in love, who make their love story really unique through the agency. And sharing these love stories and sharing successful stories rather than the scams will make you stronger in your search of real life, be it in Ukraine, Russia, Belarus, or maybe the whole world. So stay subscribed with Marriage by Natalie channel, and let's talk about scams. Have I seen scammers? Oh yeah. Have I seen guys that were victims of scams? Unfortunately. And that is painful to me. Personally, I hate those situations. When men come and describe how they were tricked because their expectations and reality were totally different. And there are simple scams when girls are just asking to go shopping, or the guy buys her an expensive gift and she never sees him again, or those silly stories when a woman is asking to buy her a plane ticket and she never shows up. Well, those are childhood scam stories. Let's talk about scamming in general and how to avoid that. I want to give you some ideas that may help you stop relationship if it feels like you're scammed. So I have 7 different ideas to share with you when I'm interviewing men and women, both men and women, because not only women are scammers, there are bad men scammers too. So when I'm interviewing men and women, I have my 7-step strategy, and I listen to my intuition and I listen to my common sense. So here are my ideas for you. When I hear from a person that he or she had very bad childhood, very painful past, a lot of disasters happening, that's question mark in my mind for this person. And I start digging more and I start asking more questions, and I see what is going on in the person's life. That alone isn't the sign of a scammer, but it's a sign of a deeply hurt person, which is part of the scamming story. So I continue. Then number 2, I am looking at a person and listen to how she or he is talking. And in manipulative people, they distort what you were just telling them and they make it their way. They will tell you your story in their own words, which is a totally different story. These people have manipulative techniques. They are accusing you. They are putting you on a spot. They are making you feel guilty. They are making you feel uncomfortable and manipulate in conversation with you. That's a bigger question mark on my list. But I continue talking to a person to get a clear picture. Very often, scammers are telling you exactly what you want to hear. Oh yeah, they are very good at it. The women know that men want beautiful women who is always pleasing, who is always ready for any adventure, who will do anything you say, and she behaves until point Z. And then it becomes her story. If person is too agreeable, is too pleasing, that's a question mark on my list. and I continue watching. These kind of things are raising my suspicion. But in general, I trust people and I give people a chance. Because as one of my clients said, there is no such a thing like a good boat or bad boat. There is a boat and it's good for somebody. Even if it's a broken boat, there is a person or really craftsman or a captain that can fix it and make it a superstar. So I let the story go and I see how the woman will be dating. And in some cases, in very rare cases, I see things that a woman is saying, oh, you can win my attention only if you show your action, say if you're buying me expensive gifts, or if you are treating me well, if you're solving my problems. She doesn't have to put it on the list. Well, the trick is that you, as a smart man, is talking to a woman and you see what kind of problem she's got and you're trying to suggest solutions and make some solutions for her. But she never has to put it on the wish list, because if she does, that's a manipulative technique. Or it speaks about a woman who is deeply hurt. Should be going without saying, that's natural for loving relationship. But then we go to the hardcore, because if the scammer is really getting in you, the person will not let you have your own opinion. Let's say you're deciding to buy property and she says, no, realtors are bad. All the realtors are dishonest. You have to pay commission to them. They are manipulating you. That's a bell that has to ring very loud for you, because professionals exist in Ukraine. Professionals are good in Ukraine. And if you are going to spend a big amount of money, and obviously you're going to do it when you are really in a relationship with a person, then you have to have a second opinion. You need to have professional opinion about a matter, be it a realtor, be it a lawyer, be it any other doctor or any other type of professional that you can find. Ask your friends. At the end of the day, write a letter to our agency and ask us about highly qualified professional that can help, and we will give you advice on what to do. Come to my personal consultation to talk about the matter that bothers you before you're spending huge amounts of money. And doing that just alone may even save your life. So professional opinion should be there, and you shouldn't let the person convince you that her way or the way she tells you is the only way it is possible. We pay for real estate with bank transfers. Travel agents are honest. Lawyers exist in Ukraine, and law is enforceable in Ukraine. All this probably doesn't go with the picture that some of the scammers are drawing to their victims, but if you have a second opinion, then you have chances to win. A scammer, a typical scammer, will create a situation for you where you have to spend a substantial amount of money, not $1,000, but thousands of dollars, with having them as the only guarantee or the only person that you rely on, or the only opinion that you get. Don't even doubt it's a scamming situation, because by that time, when you are spending substantial amounts of money, you should have professional expertise and you should have a group of support team behind you that will tell you other opinions. So do not let it happen. And one more side thing. Scammers are usually operating alone. They don't have friends because they don't want to have witnesses of their scams. Or maybe they have one or two friends and they are usually part of the team. Some relatives become scams too, part of the big scam group. Although when you surround yourself with a strong team and when you have a second opinion, when you have professional support, in most likelihood, you will not get scammed. And if you go to an agency, if you go to an agency you trust, if you come now and ask for professional opinion, you are not going to be scammed. Because as soon as I see that a girl is misbehaving or mistreating a guy or taking him for a shopping spree, she's out of my database. Then she may go to all those paper letter websites or membership websites and try to get her scenario done. But not with a reliable matchmaker, because we support love and true relationship, not scams. So to summarize the video, the question is there a way out? Is there a recipe, the anti-scam pill? Well, yes. Number one, if it feels bad, it's probably bad, so listen to your intuition and have a doubt, have a second thought. Number one thing, take a professional consultation with the specialist related to the field that you are feeling the scam is going on. The real estate agent, the lawyer, the doctor, you name it, professional psychologist. Come to the Matchmaker, get my consultation to get the answers on usual things. I've helped a lot of guys to, unfortunately, stop relationship when they felt it wasn't really working right, but it wasn't working right. So I help them figure out that. And there is an undoubtable help that is 100% working, is hiring a professional detective. Well, before hiring a professional detective, you may ask yourself, why am I doing this? Do I really love this woman to start somebody following her and telling me what is really going on? Well, some men have an addiction to some women, and the addiction is so strong that they can't let it go unless they catch the woman lying, cheating, or scamming him. Then, the heart is broken, but he has to heal the wound and come back to life again. But unless he sees himself or he is given a proof, he believes she's an angel. So in those cases, when guys were hiring a professional detective, 2-3 days of following the woman, were making everything 100% clear with the proofs that she was dishonest. And in all the cases when the guys felt she was dishonest, the girl was dishonest, unfortunately. So if you are addicted to your woman, if you can't stop this relationship and you want to have 100% proofs, hire a professional detective. If you need one, please let me know. I have good contacts to different specialists. I can give you those numbers and you can talk and interview the professionals. Usually these people have an SBU, the National Intelligence of Ukraine experience, or working in a police experience, usually law degrees and lots of business practice. And then you will either have your worries confirmed or she will really turn out to be an angel. So I recommend to do that. But regardless of this whole situation, listen to your common sense. And we are living in the modern world. Things are becoming equally right or equally wrong in different countries. And losing your mind and losing your common sense is not to your benefit. So keeping your head about you and following the common sense is the best recipe for the scam. And confirming your doubts or breaking your doubts is going to happen most probably if you are going to analyze the situation a little bit with a professional like myself or with some of your friends. There is no universal recipe for love. Everybody has their own way of manifesting their happiness and being good people. To finish this video, I would like to say that good news doesn't make the news. It's bad news that we all hear about, that we all sympathize with, and we all cry. And my love stories that I help people create are numerous, but they aren't making news because it's very simple. People meet each other, people like each other, people engage, people get married, they have children, they live happily ever after. The good stories repeat themselves. But the emotions we have from watching a horror movie or detective story or something bad really shakes our senses and brings us back to these wild world that we live in. But the measures are equalizing itself. But there is a balance in the world. I believe that there is balance in good and bad things, and good things are stronger, and love is stronger. And I see a lot of great love stories, and I wish you to create yours. And if you need my help, let me know now. And make sure you stay subscribed with my channels to hear good stories about love and relationship, and to create yours. And if you hit the bell button, you'll get announcements about my new videos. So stay with us and create your love story.